Things have not been going so well for the New York Mets in 2023, but one of the bright spots for the Amazons is their young catcher. That would be Francisco Alvarez. New York Post Sports columnist Steve Serby caught up with Alvarez for his latest Q&A, and Steve joins us now for another Sundays with Serby. Steve, long time no see. How you doing?
Too long, Dex. I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing well. Glad to have you here to talk about Alvarez with this Q&A. And Steve, he has shown flashes this season of why he was the top prospect in baseball before he was brought back up to the big leagues full time. How good of a catcher does Alvarez think that he can be?
Well, the flashes haven't been seen lately, but that hasn't diminished his confidence. He really believes in himself, and he goes back to a conversation he had in January with Yadi Molina, and Molina impressed upon him that he is competing with the other catcher, with the opposing catcher, and he impressed upon him to take a look around, look up into the crowd, take a deep breath, and make sure you're not freaking out, because if teammates see a young catcher freaking out, they'll start freaking out. And Molina told him also to study the other hitters' weaknesses, the opposing team's hitters' weaknesses. And look, this is not about the present. The kid, I asked him, when will you be an all-star? And he says, he smiled and said, I think I'm a star now. Good-naturedly, of course, not conceitedly, but just very self-confident. And he's the kind of kid, I asked him, when he is unable to throw out a runner stealing second base, he likens that to someone coming into his house and stealing food. So he doesn't like that one bit. Also, with all the losing the Mets have done, it affects him. He says he can't sleep at night, which means he's been bleary-eyed for quite a while. But he's not the present as much as he is the future. Hopefully, I don't think the Mets are going to trade him, even though they've got another promising catcher on the farm. But they love him. The older teammates respect him. His work ethic is off the charts, and he loves proving people wrong. This is a kid nobody believed in when he was growing up in Venezuela, and now he can't wait to prove people wrong. It still motivates him to this day.
A motivated young man catching for the Mets. And when you talk about catching, there's a learning curve for most players when they join the show, but catchers, they also have to learn how to handle pitching staff. So what has Alvarez learned about handling the Mets pitching staff that has two future Hall of Famers?
Well, you know, catchers have to be psychologists or psychiatrists, and he has made an effort to learn what makes each of his pitchers tick. And that's no easy chore when you've got Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander to catch. But Max Scherzer has been of an immense help to him. He listens to the young rookie. He gives him words of wisdom. And all of them, as I said, all of them are impressed with his work ethic. He has a relentless work ethic. It's very important to him to earn the respect of the guys in that clubhouse. And, you know, his English, by the way, is improving. We sat down with Alan Suriel, his translator, for most of the interview, but Mr. Alvarez is listening to English songs and making an effort to learn as much as he can about the English language, which obviously helps him communicate with his pitching staff. So, and he's got Brett Beatty to correct him whenever he says something wrong in English. Beatty will be right there by his side correcting him. And look, he's very well liked, and he's the future. And as bleak as things have been for the Mets lately, I think the one thing that Mets fans can hang their hat on is Francisco Alvarez behind the plate, mashing monster home runs and guiding a veteran pitching staff in a way that is mature beyond his years. And I have a little question for you, Dex.
Always ready for a Steve Serby question. What you got, Steve?
Let me see if you can. Let's see how your Spanish is. Do you know Spanish at all, by the way?
No. When I was growing up in high school, I took French, so I'm better with the French than I am with the Spanish. I know very minimal Spanish.
Okay, maybe you can translate this for me. Dexter Henry es una estrella. Do you know what that means?
No, but it wasn't negative. I can tell you that much. It was not negative. It sounded like it was pretty positive. So please tell me what positivity you said after my name.
Well, it's Dexter Henry is a star, and I hear that all the time whenever I go to different ballparks around New York.
Oh, okay.
Dexter Henry es una estrella. I hear it all the time.
Your Spanish is pretty good. I wonder what Francisco Alvarez would say about your Spanish there. I wonder what he would say. It's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. And what I should let the people know, if you check out Steve's it is. Gracias. That's the right answer there. If you check out Steve's Q&A with Francisco Alvarez, you also hear about how Francisco Alvarez is pretty good at making a certain dish that he likes to cook, which I thought Steve might have brought up since he loves Italian food, and he doesn't order it at his favorite Italian restaurant, Parkside. Shout out to Parkside in Queens. I was there with Steve this week. We had a good time there, right, Steve?
Yeah, you ate like there was no tomorrow.
I generally eat like there's no tomorrow. I have to work out like there's no tomorrow too, but that's how you do it. Yeah.
A little fried calamari for Mr. Henry, and what is it? Fettuccine with chicken?
A little fettuccine Alfredo with chicken had there. Shout out to Parkside. It was a very good time there, too. As
and who else was there that night? You forgot to tell the viewers.
We forgot to tell the viewers. We also, it was 3 New York Post guys in the house. My guy, Zach Braziller, was also there in the building. He was there, too. We had a nice meal. It was a good time. So, yeah, that was Mondays with Serby after a Sundays with Serby. That's how it went down. So,
Yeah, we'll have to do that again. We'll do it again.
We will have to. But, yes, Francisco Alvarez makes a good lasagna. You can find that out in Steve Serby's Q&A. Go check that out at nypost.com.
We'll invite Rick Pitino with us. Yeah, sorry to interrupt your conclusion.
It's okay. No, but we will definitely do that again. And what the people should do is go check out your Q&A. We'll do this again next Sunday. That's what we do always on Sundays with Serby. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.